Well, here we are. Uh, Long time no see, I guess, for people who actually watch the channel, but right now I'm actually only broadcasting to help spread awareness, I guess, for something I'm currently doing with the Knight faction on For Honor. That being... Wow, I am really not up to a good start, am I? Well, to put a long story short, the Knight faction, the Knight faction on PS4 has recently banded together and essentially come up with a plan for the faction war. Essentially, what we're doing is we're establishing raid groups using Breach, since it garners the most troops, and from there we simply just raid. And from our description on our community page, we also have this thing where, you know, Mondays is Vanguards, Tuesdays Assassins and all that, and essentially right now is Free Class Friday, so pretty much everyone on for the same raid group. Doesn't matter who you're playing as. And it's not to like segregate, you know, like what classes people are playing on certain days and all that, but it's just to help like make a guideline for, you know, those specific mains. Like, say someone's like a peacekeeper and they're like, oh, I don't want to play every day of the week. Oh, okay, I guess I can, you know, limit it to Tuesday and say, yeah, I'll play Tuesdays. And so from there, you know, that's where that goes. As for what's going on with our internal stuff, we've got a small select team making decisions in a secure chat. Wow, that sucked. But essentially, on the PS4 front, us Knights have our battle plan. Currently I'm also in a party as well. I'm based on your settings. If you are in the party, you know, when you join it, you know, you may or may not be heard in the live stream right now. But essentially, I've just got a party going right now, mostly to serve as an advertisement, I guess, but also as a, you know, raid group in of itself, to help with the cause. And I'm sure some might be wondering, why in the hell did you pick Knights if you ever hoped to win the faction war? And, well, that's exactly our reason. I'd say that, for the most part, I'm really only as invested as I am because we haven't won for ages in the faction war. And I think it'd be fun to essentially prove that, given we can get off our asses for a day, you know, we can win. I mean, we've already proven that we can smash, you know, a campaign by a landslide with the first campaign of this season already. So from there, you've basically got all the details. Anyone coming onto the stream later, you know, within the next hour, seeing as I'm already halfway into how long I was planning to raid for, well, yeah, just skip back to the start of the stream and you'll essentially have all your details. Still, for those who usually watch my channel, well, I'm sort of back. And you know that video I posted probably a good month or two now, ago? That video? Yeah, that one. Well, as it turns out, the crack I was using for that software has basically been patched out again. But thankfully for me, I'm now on universal credit, which means that I get in a fair decent amount of money per month for, looking for jobs and sustaining myself and whatnot. And that definitely means part of my channel in terms of, using it to show what I can do and show my portfolio, as it were. Which brings me on to my next thing I kind of wanted to talk about with all of you. That being, I do make art, and I have a Patreon for that. I know, Patreon shill, who doesn't these days? But frankly, it is something I need in this time of coronavirus, really, because one, it'll help keep things paid through, so that I can continue living where I am. And also, it means that I can dedicate a lot more time to doing something that I'm actually good at, as opposed to just, messing around with a couple of settings in a video editing software to make YTPs. And of course, I won't, say you have to or anything. It's your choice. It is. But it would be vastly appreciated if you did decide to donate anything, really. And it would also help as well in the eyes of my universal credit overlords, because really, it's quite simple. Their only stipulation is that I've either found something that I can self-sustain on, that will, start to grow an income after I, stop needing universal credit, or that I'm, out there looking for jobs, which is quite an impossibility right now with coronavirus. And I'm aware that like lockdowns are coming off and whatnot quite soon, but as one of the actually cautious few, I'm still going to be staying in home. It just seems sensible to do so. But back to the point on the Patreon thing and the channel and whatnot. So once I do, once I can start, using that software a little bit more efficiently, and once I've bought it for myself, which I'm going to do. It's a great bit of software. It's called VideoPad. It's way better than most things I've used, like, in my experience. And yeah, so once I've got that, some of my art that I've already drawn will be going into a new, channel and show and whatnot, which I've already made, quite big plans for and all. And will be linked to the same Patreon. So basically be like the same family of stuff, really. And I might still make YTPs and whatnot on this channel and play games and stuff. But this will mostly end up being something I use as a kind of off-time channel. Oh, that's fantastic. I was hoping he might hold out a little longer. And I'm sure someone's asking, why aren't you reviving him? Well, guess what? That's too dangerous. It is. My better option is to do exactly what he did and to bait out the enemy for as long as possible. And, like that, when people come in, I'll recover again. Simple, simple. Ah, and of course, how could I forget? Well, I suppose I must have forgotten because I didn't think it was something that needed mentioning, but the actual Patreon itself. On Patreon, my username is WaterYumi. If I'm not mistaken, I think I've got a link already up in my YouTube channel, and it will be on my other channel once that goes up. On that Patreon specifically, it is for art. It really is. And, you know, that will mostly entail things like commissions and, you know, just things that will be generally drawn over the span of months and whatnot. So at the end of the day, at some point, I hope to at least, you know, sell some of that art as well. You know, in the same way that most do, you know, the standard format, you know, pay for line work, add a little bit on top for other stuff you want on top of that line work and all those sorts of things. At a reasonable, quite low price, to be honest. And what am I eating? Pringles. The paprika kind. Because I can't handle spice. I don't know what to tell you, I can't. Paprika is like the sun to me. It's just so damn hot. And in this downtime as well, I can take a moment to look at things like the chat. If anyone at all is even watching. Which no one is. Shame. But hopefully once the video is up, after the stream is over, everyone can view it and just watch it like a video. Wait, so what did I get new from? Oh, I see. I just unlocked those, right? Of course. 35 to go. That's pretty good. Another embossing. cannot wait to get the execution for this. There's just something so brutal about just pinning the guy down and just chugging poison into him. Like, especially for these large dudes like Lawbringer. Now then. Brawling Executioner. Do I actually want to do that? I don't think I want to. And, you know, I think I'm going to check up on the... Ah, good. New message from the Coalition. Forgive me while I'm doing that. Just reply to this man here. Hopefully, he might join the party with us. And hopefully, if he is willing to go through some of the stuff to do, we can get him in. Nice, and we're back. So I shall give him a minute to respond. In fact, you know what? In the meantime, that's not the right thing at all. In the meantime, I think I'll just have a leisurely stroll through an arcade quest. Ah, good. And he's replied. Good, good. So join me. I'm hosting a raid group. I really wish I could do something about the off-screen thing you're seeing, you know, when you see me just talking while I'm doing stuff outside of the game. Now then, I believe the community should already be able to join. Yeah. So he just needs to join the party. Which is now. There we go. You should get the message. Okay. Now. Who should we take? You know what? Gentlemanly warden. And I wish I could put my music on. Because you know what piece of music I would put on? Agent of Inquiry. You know the one. In fact, actually, you know. No, you don't. You don't know the one. Because none of you on my channel probably know what Final Fantasy XIV is in its more broad extent. Or rather, you do know what it is, you haven't seen me play it, and wouldn't have expected me to make that reference. But, fools, I do play Final Fantasy XIV. In fact, I'm somewhere in Shadowbringers right now. Ow. How dare you hit me while I was looking away from things, you dirty Sheldon. Wow, this man just loves to reply. Hello. Right, so seeing as you're here now as well, Ghost Drifter, I shall also send you a friend request because from the time I was on with our community leader, it turns out you have to be friends to invite people on For Honor. So what I'll do is I'll just send you a friend request, you know, accept that, and then I can invite you in game. Right, and if I'm not mistaken as well, there's... I think there's a way to see it in party screen. Send that message. A group, that's alright. Right, well anyhow, if you need to say something to me, just send a message there, and that should be good. Right, well, okay. So, forgive me if I sound a bit odd at times. I am currently also live streaming to my YouTube channel. No one is watching, of course, but I'm also live streaming there just for a bit of added awareness. And so, that's odd. So, friended. Huh. That's strange. That should have worked by now. There we go, now it's appeared. Just took a minute to come up on the updated list. Yep, I can in-view now, and I just have. Okay, and as per the raiding thing, we'll just be heading into Breach with our new companion. Specifically against AIs, of course, faster matchmaking and all that. Not fantastic. Oh, well, I guess that evens out the playing fields then. 2 knights, 2 Vikings. But seeing as we're defending, for anyone who was watching the stream earlier, pretty simple. All we gotta do is just take out the soldiers and prevent them from getting to the ram. And so long as the ram is stopped, it takes damage. We destroy the ram before it gets to the first gate. Boom. Done. Quick. And we get like 1,000 troops for this per match. Alright, this match looks like it's going okay so far. Go. Getting a little smack. Getting an execution, that's not nice. I wish you wouldn't keep doing that. Yeah, I should have expected that. Yeah, it's a pretty simple thing really in defense now. Instead of going out and killing the everlasting hell out of the enemy, we instead go and attack their soldiers. And then also kill the everlasting hell out of our enemy, just so they're out of the way. And pro tip as well, when the ram is already stopped and the new minions come in, you can halt the minions from progressing to the ram by taking them on yourself. Not a recommended strategy, but it works. Okay, you've got him. But yeah, say I'm around here and the new soldiers come in, you can stop them right here, as you can see. They will focus on you. So basically, if everyone's focused and is having a good bash, then everyone can hold the line, which further damages the ram, even though there's still minions on the field. And just so everyone is absolutely aware, I have been playing For Honor a lot today already, so once we get to the, well, for me, it'll be the 2 hour mark on the event for the Coalition, and also basically 9:30. That's when I'll be dropping for honour for the day, because I've had quite enough on here today. I've gotten through a good few ranks on the Battle Pass too, so I feel like I'm quite well accomplished today. Done my bit, so as it were. Oh, you cheap. I love Kensei's. I would honestly hate how people say he's like the most balanced character in the game. He isn't. He is not. Well, actually, no. I think it's probably wrong to say that. I think, yes, actually, he is the most balanced character in that he is the most unbalanced character. He has so much balance. Hi, and thanks, Ghost. Wait, wrong emote. I keep forgetting where I put I am war on all my characters, because I've got it on all the characters. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there's our straggler. Yeah, you're not getting away. You are not getting away. Nice work. See, you can see what I mean now. Like, when everyone holds all of the minions up at this range, the ram still takes damage. Yeah, not getting away. Oh! Did not actually expect you to do that. Damn it, I hoped Fast Boop would get that. So we're just going to hold for just a few more seconds. Yeah, and something I like to do at the end of a good match is a good fight. I mean, not in the same way other people do. I definitely hold my good fights for a mark of quality, to put it lightly. Like, it's a shame I can't use the okay message in Breach, but I use it in Dominion whenever the matches tend to get a bit crap. Like, if everyone does like a really good job, then I'll give them a good fight. And then if everyone if the enemy team has like 600 to 800 points, like when we finish and we win, I'll still just be like, okay. You pass. But it was just okay. I mean, it's true though, because, you know, an exceptionally good match in Dominion can be like as low as like 63 points to 250, like 250, and that's when like everyone just absolutely dominates the playing field. Like everyone knows what they're doing and everyone's just in sync. And then the other times, I sit there and I'm on the enemy team's point, holding the enemy team's point, getting like a full-on kill streak, and I'm like, what are you doing, team? I've seen you lose our point 4 times in a row this match. And here I am. And I'm sure as well that some people, you know, in the comments once this goes like, you know, past being live, will be there and they'll say stuff like, oh, I watched that Freeze video and you know, he says it's not a good thing to stand on the point all day for the entire match. And you know what I say to him? I say, no, Mr. Freeze, you're definitely wrong. There are times, like in Dominion, when I can sit on the point all day, and it benefits the match greatly. Because, like, when you've got a good team set up, and, you know, you've got 2 people on, you know, the A and C, respectively, who can hold the points, you know, for the entire match by themselves, it, of course, requires enough skill to do so, you know, taking on 2-on-1s or more, even. But if you can take on, you know, those formations, you'll be fine. And what you essentially have is a vanguard of the 2 people on the points, and then the 2 people who go around and pull off all of the big assists. And while they're not always on the mid lane, you know, letting that, you know, flow back and forth as it does, what they're actually doing is keeping some of the big key players out of the game. And so what you end up with is a setup where you basically hold control for the entire match. And the people holding the points don't need to worry too much about their abilities either, you know, as they get them. Because people will be coming to the points, but they won't be in like substantial enough numbers to overwhelm them at any given time. So, say for instance, I'm sitting on point A, I think it is on. It's not Citadel Gate. It's the one with the bridge and the forge in it. I'm sure you know which one it is, but essentially, I'll be sitting on the enemy's point, you know, and holding them back. And, you know, because of our well-stitched team structure, I'll be sitting there, and I'll only ever have to deal with the enemies coming through, like, 1 to 2 at a time. Because what the rest of the team's doing is keeping the other 2 players that could be, you know, 4v1ing me up, you know, at the maximum, off the playing field. And so by keeping them off the field as well, it also keeps the person on our, like, backmost point, you know, the one defending our point for our team, you know, nice and safe. So, like, under this setup as well, it means that you don't have to have a full team of extremely experienced players either. You can have, you know, even one person who doesn't know too much about For Honor, or, you know, their matchups and their counter picks and stuff. I don't think I've been on the attacker side for Breach for this stream yet. But, of course, you know, everyone's noticed by now I'm playing Hisakiri instead of Lawbringer, and that's for one reason. That's because I fully believe that there could be a setup for this as well. That being a team of 4 Hisakiris. If such a group existed in attack mode for Breach, it would be over. It would... You wouldn't even have to worry about fighting the commander, because if everyone keeps the, you know, the super flip kick, you know, 4th ability, ready and waiting for that exact moment, if everyone goes and kicks the commander at the same time, I'm pretty sure he'll die. Because I haven't measured it exactly, but I'm pretty certain that Hitakiri's super kick, you know, and then one-shot kill, it doesn't one-shot kill the commander, but it does deal like a good 25% of his health, I think. So my guess is that if you have 4 Hitakiris on the same team and they all kick the commander at once, he'll just die. So really, whilst I play better as Lawbringer, you know, in pretty much anything, I just know him better. He's absolutely my main. In Breach, in attack, you know, in the attacker's mode, specifically. Wait, what? Oh, that guy is alive. For a second there, his health bar didn't display. Right. Oh, come on, stop blocking. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry if that felt like a kill steal to you, but given the nature of Hitakiri and my first perk, it's absolutely essential for me if I can take kills where I can. Because that interruptible shield, it won't protect against everything, but, you know, protecting for certain stuff, it helps you stay in the game really well, and it also helps with picking off the main players as well. So if you're like stuck down in all of the minions and you target out this guy, you will get him so long as you execute him. That's a shame, other Hitakiri, you forgot to execute. Oops. Right. There we go, we've got the point. And I think I will... Yeah, good idea. So, considering how much I need still, I think I'll bash up some troops. And, you know, while I'm on the topic of the, you know, 25% thing, you know, taking out a good chunk of the commander's health, it also serves as like a pretty safe strategy, I guess, because for the most part you are uninterruptible again while using that move. So if you use that move on the commander, you don't have to really worry about, you know, all of those pesky uninterruptibles that he's got as well, because you can just rush in there, and if you've got enough health, pull off the attack, and you may come out pretty scathed and about to die, but if you are not dead, you can go and recover, and in that time you can wait for the cooldown and help out everyone else. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Nice. Just in time. Oh, and here's a bug with this Guardian buff. If you are playing Hitakiri, don't execute anyone while you've got this. Because if you do, you will lose the shield. For some reason, well, it must be to do with how the game registers what kind of shield you have. When you execute someone, you've got the perk. As soon as the execution ends, you will lose the Guardian shield. Which means that if you take a hit again afterwards, you will lose the Guardian buff instantly. Whoops, and there it goes. And there you go, look, it's gone.
Inner gate destroyed. Kill the commander.
Nice, and as described, I wonder if my fellow Hitakiri is about to go and do the same thing. Because I certainly am. It doesn't matter, just lock on and swoop. Look at that. A good 25%. Oh, actually no, that looks like a fifth actually now. Okay, so having a full team of Hitakiris to super kick the boss to death might not kill him. Okay. Know where I was getting out of that. Whoa, I did not expect to track that hard. Yeah, nah, I would have been stuck. Come on, one more hit, man. Yeah. Oh, wait, what? Oh, he missed. Oh, no. Oh, I thought we were going to get a death kick there. Nice. Good job, Ghost. Nice. Okay. And given how quickly this might go, I'd say we have room for one or two more. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna get some bleed this time. And same as before for this. Just gotta stop the ram from moving. Damn it. Always interrupted. Whoa, did I? Must have parried there. Ow. Nice. Nice. You wouldn't be taking our healing spot from us anytime soon. Come on. There we go. We are making really good time on that ram. Nice. And I don't think we've quite got enough time for another breach match, but Ghost, how do you fare with the weekly quest? Not often I get a good partner to complete this with. Good. Wolves from the door. Come to my knowledge. Former Blackstones. Okay. Sounds interesting. Fun. Yeah, I've thought it odd, but seems no one else does. And it seems we're actually going almost like full-on story mode with this one. Wow, I love how quickly we dealt with that warden. I honestly thought he was going to be a big problem, actually. Whew. That's a lot of big nope. Bollocks. Thank you. I think that quite illustrates my rage. Ah. Another one. I guess I'd say they're more like insurgents from the faction we've already, or from the factions we've already got. Very much a season 2 was an inside job. Because if you read the little mini descriptions that came up for the oh my god. Wow, I just got guaranteed hit so many times. Ow. But yeah, if you read the little mini descriptions, or had read the mini descriptions from the daily contracts, they say stuff like, you know, bunch of wardens and other heroes and whatnot went missing during the events of the Honor Games in season 1. Wow. I don't know what happened there, but I definitely held left. I'm very sorry. I'm not like actually being good at all right now. But I guess I didn't actually expect to have my brain so hard pressed compared to last week's quest. Yeah, how kind of them to separate for us. Ow. Nice. That's one down. Nice. Oh, lovely. Uh, Looks like these ones will have to be ganked too. Oh! I did not expect that. Perfect mirror. Except we don't have buffs. Nice. Damn. Boop. Come on. There we go. One last boop. New effect. Ooh, pink plasma shock. Very nice. And with that, yep, the same here. It's time we all left.